Hi, this is Dawn Shireen. Welcome to my podcast, The Delusion is Vast. So I know it's been a minute, and I think the last time was possibly around Christmas, maybe? I don't remember. My birthday, something like that. But yeah, now, so it's the end of February, and here in the United States, we have a fully inaugurated president and sidekick, and it doesn't really seem as if anything regarding politics has really settled down at all. In my opinion, there's some beneficial things going on with budget cuts and stuff like that, but because I'm really not trying to delve into it and I do not want the show to become political at all, I'm just going to leave it to say that I have noticed no difference in my life during this period of time. So all the people who are all hyper weird and everything about everything going on, they must really be like in the midst of it, because me being out here on the fray, I'm not feeling none of it, not yet anyway, which is good, right? Because I really don't need any more things to feel at this point. So I don't remember where we left it at last time. I think I was just trying to stay status quo with this stalking on this property and all that, and playing nice is I'm just not playing anymore. Playing nice didn't go well. They just backstabbed me. I never really played revenge because I don't do that. It's not my thing to seek revenge. That's God's job. But staying safe and keeping myself alive have actually become quite an interesting feat over the past couple of weeks. And again, maybe because I'm just so in my own head, I can say that I'm in my own head, but I'm in my own area, that I really am not paying much attention to anything outside of these four walls. Because it's not necessary. I know what I've had to do. I know what I've done. I know what I've been notified of that is happening as far as the stalking and the harassment and the discrimination and the civil rights violations and the human rights violations. But these are things that don't require me to do anything once I've reported it. It's not like court, it's not like that. So I will find out on the other side what happens if I do, because I'm not planning on sticking around here. The lease is up in April, and I'd legitimately have to be out of my mind to voluntarily sign up to be stalked for any longer. It'll be a full year in April that this guy's had opportunity to stalk, harass, manipulate, try to kill me, destroy this guy's trailer from the outside, but whatever, that's not my problem. Be surveilled. Now that's the new thing. This is what I really wanted to talk about. So, I came, I spend days in the house now, weeks actually in the house now before I go out, because it's safer and I don't like being watched and looked at and judged and all that stuff. So it's just easier to go out and get what I need and then just, hole up in here. And I'm good at it. I was trained well at Running Bear how to hole up. I mean, the difference with Running Bear was that I could actually get like stuff delivered directly to my house, like food. So I didn't really ever have to leave. It was different. It was probably way more dangerous because here I have to actually go out and interact with people other than the people on this property. And I think that's a God thing, because he's trying to remind me that not everybody in the world hates me and wants me dead. So in the case of Running Bear, everybody in the world did want, that was, man, I'm so grateful I made it out of there. And without Running Bear, there's a good chance I would have failed this test. I would have gave up too early. I would have done something stupid. I would have, I don't know. I would have done something dumb. I wouldn't have done the law. I wouldn't have known my rights. And this time, I'm in it fully prepared. And I'm also not all fucked up on drugs, right? So, that kind of helps a lot to maintain and be able to stay on the right side of right, which I've done remarkably. But yeah, so I came home the other day to discover that, now I'm under surveillance, which, of course, we're all under surveillance. And some of the things I've had to do in order to protect my life and safety, of course, means we're under surveillance. But somebody, not so blatant as to put a sign right in somebody's face and be like, "Oh yeah, we're watching you. We're waiting to hear you fart. We want to hear you throw up. Oh, we can't wait to hear you chew your food. We just want to watch everything you do. We're just so fucking crazy," And that's the sign. I mean, it doesn't say that, but that's what the sign says to me is that, oh my God, we're so fucking out of our mind now that we're just going to fucking try to watch you 24/7, listen to you, fucking smell you, do everything we possibly can to make you feel more uncomfortable than you already do, so you leave and break this government contract and break this lease so that we can own you. And, no, it's not happening. I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, wouldn't anybody be uncomfortable knowing that they got two fucking lecherous fucking men who just got cameras on you 24/7? I don't know if there's cameras in this trailer. I still to this day don't know. I've done a lot of stuff to limit my visibility if there are cameras in this house. But for sure, I mean, who knows where this fucking stalker puts stuff. I mean, there's, he's probably got them scattered like stars all throughout this whole property so you can watch every fucking movement. But the funny thing is, if I'm under surveillance, so is anybody else who comes in this yard. But, they will never go back and look at the tapes in order to help me or protect me. It's only to, fuck me over. So I'm living with that right now, and I'm super unhappy with that. But also under the realization that because I had to go to 3-letter agencies and, the Department of Justice, Civil Rights, and everything, that we're really all under federal investigation right now. We're all being watched. Fucking every step we do, online, offline, go get a candy bar, whatever. I know I'm being trailed when I go out. I'm kind of grateful for it, though. It's like, I don't think the feds are going to kill me. They don't really have any reason to kill me. I kind of want to help them to break down some of this shit that's going on around here as far as predatory behavior goes. But, every time I see a FedEx truck, I smile a little bit because I know, like, there's a really, really, really good chance that it's a Fed delivering parcels. I mean, for real, honestly, I'm not just saying it because the name is FedEx, but for real, if you look into it, it's a federal program, and FedEx is funded by the government, and they do surveillance. So, and 9 times out of 10, whenever I go to walk anywhere, a FedEx truck will pull out either in front of me, behind me, or like right alongside of me, and it's just kind of like, okay, so cool. You got a pretty easy one to watch. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not going to get drunk. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to hotels. I'm not prostituting. I'm not doing any of this shit that these rumors are rampant. And it's like, how am I doing all this when I leave my house once every 12 days or so, right? It's a little crazy to me, but, this is what these people want to think. And I'm at this point where I'm over explaining myself. I'm over trying to I don't even know what to show them the truth. They'll see the truth. Eventually the truth comes out. Everybody will know what happened. Everybody will know that everything I said was true. Eyes will be open, and I'll be someplace else, hopefully doing good and not just trying to survive. Flagstaff's been a little heartbreaking for me. Like, first of all, I didn't know I was coming here when I, got bounced out of Lakeside. I didn't know what I was coming into. I didn't know I was going into a cult for 2 years. And then now I've come into like a pseudo cult for almost another 2 years of being observed and just, minimally mind controlled here, but still enough. The surveillance is enough to fucking make me want to lose my fucking mind, but I won't, I won't, because they'll get on tape, and then that they'll use against me. But they won't get this fucking stalker, creepy guy, Bill Blackford, who is an actual predator, fucking convicted predator. But he gets to walk around here and dance around like a fucking little schoolgirl with his little braids and sucking a lollipop. And but I'm the evil one who wants to just try to bring good to the world and light and help people and do good things. So. Right there, it's like, I'm in the wrong place. I gotta go, And then Catholic Charities, not help. Southwest Behavioral in Flagstaff, not help. So like when I can finally clear the space and get into a space where I am not surrounded by all this fucking nasty shit that happened to me here and in Flagstaff in general, it's going to be such a healing moment for me to just be able to breathe and go, I'm never going to have to worry about this guy fucking coming through a window. I'm never going to have to worry about opening my door and having this guy standing there throw acid in my face. I'm never going to have to worry about him jumping out from a garbage can. I'm never going to have to do this again, ever. And soon enough, it's happening. I'm not one to break contracts. I understand the importance and value of contracts in my life. I get that one stupid move could, fuck me a little bit in a contract area, but also, if I don't do anything, I'm probably going to die here. There's no two ways about it. It's too insulated. Everybody's too quiet. It's just a weird fucking situation. And when I came into it to begin with, my original case manager, Alicia, I had chicken skin then too, but it was like a desperation act, right? Doing things in desperation. I mean, we all do it, right? We all do it because it's like go or die, right? Go or suffer, move or move or be limited, right? So I did what I did, and I mean, it was a necessary move in this game. Let's just put it at that, okay? I don't understand God 100%. I can promise you that. I was put here for a reason. Something was supposed to be identified, and it has been. And I've done yeoman's work to try to bring justice to the situation, but if there's no justice to be had, well, there is justice to be had. I just don't think it's supposed to be for me to see. That's all. I've done my work. I've tried to talk to city council about anti-stalking. I've done all kinds of shit to try to help to make Flagstaff a better, safer city for everybody. Because not just women get stalked, men get stalked too. And of course, men are going to be way less likely to talk about it because how embarrassing is it to have a woman fucking, following you every fucking where you go. And women can rape too. Don't think they can't. And women can assault. And women can do all the same shit that a man can do. But nobody thinks about that. They're just like, oh, everybody thinks stalking is so romantic and cute and like, oh my God, I wish. No, you don't. You don't wish to be surveilled 24/7. You don't wish to be scared to open the door. You don't wish to know that you can't actually leave your house on a consistent basis without being followed. You don't want this. It's not romantic. It's not cute. I don't like this guy in any way, shape, or form. I never dated him. I never wanted anything to do with him except be neighborly. And it went way overboard because the landlord paid him to basically to just get it to this point where I can't take it anymore. I'm just not going to do it. No, I'm not suicidal. I am so far from suicidal. It is good. Very, very good. But I have to bring it up because, of course, with my history, that's a consideration, right? Well, you've been isolating for so long, and what are you doing in there? Are you blah blah? I'm maintaining. I'm showering. I'm eating. I'm doing all the things that everybody does. I'm just not risking my life by going outside. That's it. I mean, it's war. I'm in a war. Okay. I mean, this is really it. I'm in a war, and I find about 20 minutes every 12 days where I can fly out of here unnoticed, go to the store, come back, and lock myself back down again. I mean, this is really what it's been for the past, so it's been pretty intense since November, this little go-round. So I don't know what this fucking guy's triggers are. I don't know what the hell is going on in his head. Alcoholism, meth, I don't know what, but it's peaking, and it's getting more desperate as we go along, And I recognize this from Running Bear when the park went bankrupt and they started going crazy on all the fucking tenants, thinking if they could run the tenants out, they could get new people in to bump the rent. And what happened is they wound up trying to evict everybody and being fucking bombed for tax evasion because they didn't know how to do an eviction. But that fraud eviction fucked with my head too, because it was just like, can't trust nobody. Can't trust nobody. I thought I could trust the people here, but time has shown that No, it's not good. So I'm not just gonna sit here and waste away. Okay, I'm just gonna put it at that. I'm mentally good. I'm reading a lot. I mean, there's a lot to do in a lockdown situation. Don't we all remember, like, 5 years ago? We all found shit to do during COVID. We found some really creative stuff to do during COVID. I think some brilliant ideas came out of COVID, actually. But I know how to use my time wisely. I don't have to be around people in order to be doing anything productive or good for society. In fact, for me, it's very much the opposite. I prefer not to be around people and do good for people, if that makes any sense at all. But I have a reason to be jaded, and it's just precarious right now. It's really precarious. Every time I open my door, it's a 50-50 shot that I'm going to get hurt. Every time I turn my water on, it's a 50-50 shot I'm going to have water. And then if it's going to be hot, and then if it's going to be leaking, and then if it's going to be something fucked up outside with a hot water heater because the stalker decided to do something to fuck with me so he could get in here to try to fix shit that wasn't broken before he broke it. It's kind of like the fireman setting fires. It's the same thing, but nobody can see that because everybody just thinks I'm fucking insane and not been stalked before and don't know what gang stalking is, and don't know what it is to be targeted, and don't know anything. And I know a lot. I know a fucking lot. So anyway, I just want to let y'all know, like, I'm not giving up, right? That's not in my nature. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually, but that's not in my nature. I'll die fighting. I mean, legitimately. That's it. I'm gonna go out, die. Well, you may not die, but you're gonna be pretty fucking hurt. So, and I know it's crazy that it's to that extent, but it's to that extent. Because once I found out that this guy was a convicted predator and that nobody wanted to do anything about it, and then they thought my research was false, and they thought all this and all that, is when I realized that this game went far. It had legs. They paid people off. They did whatever to convince everybody that either predatory stalking isn't that bad, or that I'm a fucking liar in that the Arizona Sun lied in 2006 about this guy. So, and neither of us have an advantage to lie. The only one who does is him. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I just want to say that I'm productively moving forward. Okay, that's a good way to put it. I am in no way, shape, or form suicidal. I love my life. I don't like the situation. I'm grateful for my life. I can't wait to get out of the situation. I love God. He's my dude. There's nothing more to say than that. God's got my back and has had it. And as long as I follow him, keep my eyes on the prize, so to speak, right? I'll be okay. I can't overreact. I can't, reacting is I'm becoming a very good actress, and not in a fake way, but just in a very being very conservative with what I do, say, and how I act, because surviving Flagstaff is key on my to-do list right now, and I will. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. I hope you all are doing okay. I know the world is really weird right now. It's not just weird for me, but it's weird for everybody. Nothing's really sure, in the United States anyway. I mean, it really is, but everybody's acting like it's not. But it kind of really is, because the people running the show are just really pulling strings. It's not the final game. They're not the final rodeo, right? There's something beyond this. And however you want to find it, I encourage you to do so. And don't get yourself caught up in the 3D world, because it's nuts, and it doesn't make sense. And the truth is not in the 3D world. Okay, I just want to let you all know that. You need to go a little bit in. You need to go in to find the truth, because this world is not the truth. And I don't know what else I want to say. There's really not too much else to say. I just want to give you guys a heads up and let you know that, I'm still kicking. Hopefully the show will get back to where it needs to be once I'm not directly in the stalking situation and just trying to survive. And not focusing all my life on not dying and, and opening my door to being stabbed or have, having acid thrown in my face or whatever. Once all these concerns are gone, I'm sure that I will be a much, much more joyful person. And even though it's not that I'm not joyful now, I'm just not sharing it because, dying or having acid thrown in my face are really not two things I look forward to. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you all are good. I do care about all y'all. I love y'all. I love all y'all that are listening to the show. I love people as in humanity as a general term. But these people here, I'm just tolerating right now, and I think that's really understandable. I think anybody would get that this situation has gone above and beyond what most people would have tolerated. And if it wasn't for the government contract, I would have blown out of here. But it shows what a fucking trooper I am, right? To do 2 years of consistent stalking and never leave once, right? And just put up with it and just learn and just learn and just learn. And don't think there's not going to be a book or a guidebook or a source book or something that's going to come out of this to help other people to get out of stalking situations, to survive stalking situations, to realize that you're coming into one before you sign a fucking lease and have everybody lie. Yeah, there's good stuff that come out of every bad situation, and I plan to do that with this one. So that's that. So this is Dawn Shireen, and this is my podcast, The Delusion is Vast, and hey, let's all stay alive, okay? Later.